much indeed for coming here today. The boys are back in town, and another big show in store at the Copper Box on Saturday night, going to be shown live on BT Sport and on Box Nation, and we're confident that following on the tremendous success of the last show in Belfast, that this is going to be another one to remember. And it is terrific to be able to welcome back fighting here for the first time since 2014. James Degale, one of our most popular fighters, great bill as well on the undercard. Lee Selby in action as well, Anthony Yard, Daniel Dubois, and a lot of other good fighters. Caleb alongside me, I'm sure, thinks that he is going to give James Degale a tremendous fight. Frank Warren is promoting it, and Frank, it's another terrific show in prospect.
Excuse me, it's sorry, I've had a bit of flu, so I lost my voice a bit. It is, we're delighted. I'm really pleased to. We're showcasing James. It's nice to be working with him after all these years. For him to have his homecoming in London, which I believe will be a sellout at the Copper Box. I think it's been fantastic for him, fantastic for the London and British fans. And we welcome Caleb over here. I'm sure he's coming here and he wants to, in his mind's going to try and upset the party, but I know James has had a tough year being out of action with his operation to his shoulder. He says now, and I'm sure you hear from him himself, he's firing on all cylinders, and he's got to win this fight, win it in style, win his homecoming in style, and set himself up for some really big fights next year, hopefully in London, and hopefully we'll be working with him on that. We would be pleased to be doing it.
Well, we'll look at the undercard in a few minutes' time, but let's start off with the main event, and with James back here in London. How does it feel to be contemplating a fight on home territory at last?
It feels great. My last fight in London was about 2.5 years ago, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. As Frank said, it should be a sellout. Here in particular, gone extremely well, so yeah, man, I'm looking forward to feeling the vibes and the atmosphere.
How difficult has it been being on the road? I know it's sort of needs must and that sort of thing, but actually fighting away from home as you have been doing, how tough has that been?
Sure, no, I've actually enjoyed it. I've enjoyed boxing in America, my American experiences, the opponents, the fights over there. But it's just time for me now to come back home. Boxing my home city, there ain't fans out there like England fans, so yeah, so I just wanted to come home and box around my own people.
What do you want from England, from your fans here, that you've not been able to get while you've been abroad?
What do I want from them? Nothing. I just want to box from my own people. So many people have been calling for me to come back, and I haven't. So when I had the chance to, my advisor Al Heyman and Frank Warren are working together now. And yeah, they put this opportunity towards, and I said, yeah, let's do it.
And as Frank said, you have had a tough year. I mean, Madu Jack was a hard fight.
Yeah, but that was because I was one-armed, and you don't going to see on Saturday night that it really was the shoulder. That is crazy. When you look at the punch stats of me and Madu Jack, I threw 7 jabs in the whole fight. I'm a right-handed southpaw. I hook off my jab. I jab a lot. I couldn't do that. So on Saturday, you will see a 2-armed me and go at it and throw a lot of punches, a lot of jabs, a lot of hooks, and yeah, you're going to see a fantastic performance.
I'm confident that everything's fully repaired. What was the operation you had exactly?
Oh, my shoulder was in bits. I had a 180-degree tear around it. My AC joint needed stabilising. The AC joint from here needed anchoring up, and I had to tear my rotator cuff. So my shoulder was gone. People don't realise that. Even in the Medina fight, that's when it started. But when you watch the performances from the from the Booty fight and the Durrell fight, you can see I'm moving up there. I'm throwing a lot more jabs, I'm throwing a lot more combination. And against Medina and Badu Jack, you see, there was issues there. But I'm just glad I'm healthy, I'm fit. I sound like a Parex, it feels like I've said that for the past how many weeks now, but I'm just glad that I'm back. Ready to go. Boxing is a fantastic card. You've got some young talent. You've got Yard, Dubois, you've got Selby, one of my favourite fighters in London. One of my favourite fighters in England, so he's brilliant. So this show is fantastic, I'm looking forward to it. should be good.
Well, that's about you. What can you tell us you're anticipating from Caleb?
Listen, he's actually a good fighter. He's been in there with some good quality opponents. He knocked down Jermaine Taylor, but the level of opponents I've been boxing my last 4 or 5 fights have been the best. And every time he stepped up to the highest level, he's found. I'm recognised as #1 in the world, so I'm looking to get in there and do a proper job on him. And that's like, listen, I've got respect for him. When we get in there, I'm going to take him out. I need a performance. I need one. Everyone's calling for a stand-up performance, a dominant performance, and that's what I'm going to do.
He's going to take you out, Caleb. What do you reckon?
I disagree. No, like you said, I respect James' abilities. Has a great amateur pedigree. He's got great experience in the pros. But I'm coming here to fight, and it's too long of a flight for me not to come to fight. I mean, it's an 8-hour fight. I wouldn't come here if I didn't think I was going to win. And I'm here to show the British boxing fans what I'm all about. You guys have some of the greatest fans in the world. It gets pretty rowdy in the arenas over here, and I'm looking forward to the atmosphere, and I'm ready to go.
You'll have studied him, obviously. He's been a television fighter for a long time. You'll have studied him long and hard, presumably.
Yeah, I've seen probably his last 3 or 4 fights live, and have had plenty of time to catch up on film study of his fight with Badu Jack and with Degale and all the way back to Groves. Just kind of looking to see what tendencies he has and what he's good at, what he's not so good at, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I have to be at my best in order to beat him, and that's what I feel like I'm at, and that's what I feel like I'm going to do on Saturday.
What do you think the key factors are going to be? I mean, obviously, he's been out of the ring for a while.
Yeah.
So, are you anticipating seeing a little bit of ring rust, maybe? A little bit of uncertainty?
That's not something I'm going to anticipate seeing. I'm going to anticipate him at his best, and if he does have ring rust, so be it. If he doesn't, so be it as well, and I'll just be ready for the best that he can give me, and I anticipate he's going to come out and jab and hook with his hand, like he said he wasn't able to do against Badu Jack, so that's something I'll have to be ready for, and all the work's been put in, and I'm just ready to go.
What would it mean to you to beat him, to spring the upset? Because it would be a sizable upset.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the IBF belt. That means I'm a world champion, and that's what every fighter dreams when they're growing up, and that's what everybody's in the game for. So it'd be a huge upset. It'd be a opportunity for me to be a world champion, like I always wanted to be, and a great opportunity for my family, and financial opportunity for me as well.
The one defeat on your record, of course, against George Groves. Bad decision, yeah?
Yeah, well, Frank was promoting it, he knows. But yeah, listen, I've got to get past Truax first. I'm going to put on a wicked performance here, and then next year's a massive year. Massive year with domestic fights, but for world titles as well. Eubank, Groves, Smith, but they're the fights next year I want. And even if it ain't them 3, worldwide there's some fantastic fights out there. There's Benavidez, there's Ramirez, and them fights can be made. Frank Warren works with Bob Arum closely, so we can get Ramirez over there. Al Heyman works with Benavidez. We can do it. So the big fights. I only want the big fights.
So where does that sit, Frank, for potentially for 2018 for James? You know, you mentioned those names, but a lot of people also want to know, what about Eubank? What about Groves? What about Smith?
Well, they're all tied up, aren't they?
Yeah.
Seriously involved. And I shouldn't think James will want to be sitting around. You know, I'm quite sure he wants to be out having big fights. He wants to be fighting again in the spring. We'd love to be doing something with him, and you know, we're in the business of delivering big fights, and we want to put on some big fights. We want to work with James. He's been as we call him, the road warrior. He's done it the hard way, and you know, and I didn't realise, you know, with this injury he had in his last couple of fights, you know, how bad it was. And when you look at the fights and you see those couple of, you know, in the mid-rounds where you think he's going to sleep a bit, you can see now that he's probably conserving himself, but he showed, you know, his heart and so forth to know that you've got to nail it on by coming on strong in the late rounds, and you've got to take your health to it. But this is a big moment for him. This is a big moment. This is a big fight for him. This is as big a fight as they can be, because he can't afford to slip up. He's got to beat this guy. He's got to beat him in style. And you know, if he does that, then we'll all be working hard, all of us, to get a big fight for him, big stadium fight next year.
Well, let's talk as well about Lee Selby in action as well, fighting Mexico's Eduardo Ramirez, who's undefeated, IBF World Featherweight Champion, and for Lee as well, Josh Warrington. He's going to be his mandatory challenger. Carl Frampton waiting in the wings as well. He's got a massive year as well, Frank.
He has, but before he does that, we've got to find the opponent. He's gone on the missing list. That's why we started late. They've been looking for him in his hotel room. He's not there. All their kits in there. They've just disappeared. So we're looking for them at the moment. Hopefully we'll be here. Just to get the record correct, he weighed in 4 pounds over the check weight yesterday, which means he's 8 pounds overweight coming into the fight. The British Boxing Board Control have said that he cannot come in any lower than 9 stone 2 for health and safety reasons, for his own health reasons. And if the fight goes ahead, and I'm sure it will go ahead, that Lee will remain champion whatever the result of the fight. That's from the IBF. So we've got a bit of a problem at the moment. Hopefully this fellow will show up. He's in the hotel. He's as I say, all his kids in the hotel. They've been to the rooms. But him and his team are all on the missing list. And to say it's unprofessional is an understatement. We are where we are. And you know, this match was not made by us. It was made by Leeds team, which we, you know, the opponent was very happy with. But it's this is totally unprofessional. It's unacceptable. So hopefully they'll find him, because I want to see Lee in action. I want to see Lee have a real good win on the night, because I want to see him in with my man. I want to see him in with John Warrington. And you know, he's trained hard for a fight. He'll want to fight, and it's crazy we're in this position.
So Lee, how frustrated are you to be hearing that?
It is frustrating, but to be honest, with my career, this last year, leading up to fights, nothing shocks me no more. So I just remain professional, look after myself, make sure I'm on weight, and I'm ready to fight.
You're ready to fight, and you've potentially got those massive fights next year that I was talking about. I mean, I forget how many press conferences I've been to where Josh Warrington seems to have been calling you out. Carl Frampton is down the line as well. I mean, it's a mouth-watering year potentially, 2018.
I said there's some big fights in London, but my sole focus is on Saturday night. I got a tough test in front of me. I come through that, and then I start looking towards the big fights.
What do you know about him, apart from the fact he's not made the weight?
To be honest, I don't really study my opponents. I like to look them up on YouTube just to check out their style, whether they're like a pressure fighter, a boxer. And when I seen of him, he's a southpaw. He looks a decent size, similar height to myself. I've seen him applying pressure, and I've seen him trying to box on the back foot, so he can mix it up a bit. But again, he's like a typical Mexican. He's very, very tough. He's unbeaten. He's had a few draws, so he should provide me with a good test.
He was a very good Cuban who he got a draw against last time out, and he reckoned that he should have. A few people at ringside reckoned that he should have got the verdict. So I mean, on paper, as you say, it's not an easy one.
No, it's not an easy one. And at this level, there are no easy fights. You know, he's ranked in the top 10 of the IBF. So to be in them ratings, you've got to be a good fighter.
If you could map out the ideal 2018, what would it be?
To box on Saturday would be a good start, and to win. Then I got my mandatory Josh Warrington. I'd like to beat him, and then I'd set up a massive fight with Carl Frampton towards the end of the summer. Beat him, and then go back to America and look for a unification fight with ideally Leo Santa Cruz or one of the other champions.
Is that all realistic, Frank?
It is, providing we get, you know, one thing you forgot to mention, that Lee forgot to mention about Ramirez is that he's also very elusive.
Yeah.
Hopefully, all those, that's a great plan. That's what we're all working towards. That's what that's why we're all here. This was what the plan was, and hopefully it will still be. So, as I say, we just get this one out of the way, hopefully we find this fella today. And he's got to do the business. If he does the business in the ring, I'm quite sure he will. He's an excellent fighter, Lee. I've always been a fan of his style and how he fights. Him and Josh Warrington at Ellen Road is a big, big fight. It's a great fight. And it's you've got two guys who are at the top of their game. It's not an old guy fighting a young guy. They're both at their peak. And I think you get a good fight out of it.
Any, just before we move on to the rest, Lee, we've heard a lot of words from Josh Warrington about how he believes you've avoided him, that he's ready for you and what he's going to do to him. Have you got any message you'd like to send to him?
No messages. But to be honest, I think he's sort of obsessed with me. He keeps wanting to mention my name. Even during his last fight, his corner man, his father was like mentioning my name. Just leave me alone, give me a break. And I see you when I see you in the ring.
And when James spoke, he said that you were one of his favourite fighters. What about being on the same card as James Degale?
That's the same. He's one of my favourite fighters. I believe we're pound for pound two of the best stylistic boxers in the UK.
Well, thank you very much. And now the undercard, Frank.